value of mock juries, but he said they did much better from the defense standpoint when they put their client on the stand. And Kyle Rittenhouse, ultimately on the stand, the prosecution did not do much to undermine him. They pointed out some sort of minor inconsistencies and things he said on the night of and said later, but nothing that undermined sort of the core defense argument, which was he was attacked. Every time he shot, he was attacked, whether with a gun by Gage Grosskutz, a skateboard by Anthony Huber, hands and feet by Jump Kick Man and Joseph Rosenbaum. And that's a tough thing when you're talking about a self-defense claim.
Alan, I want to go to you because you know jurors, you're a jury consultant, and we have a lot of information. Well, what am I saying? We have some information based upon a pool reporter of what the jury's response was through some of this. And I'll just read it to you. They looked fatigued. The pool reporter says today, Friday afternoon. Some of them looked fatigued in the jury box. Some of them looked uneasy. Some of them had their hands on their chins. They were rubbing their eyes. Others appeared ill at ease, shifting in their chairs, folding their arms across their chests. Given that, and given that you know it was 25 plus hours of deliberation, what can you divine about what we know about the jury's thought process?
Right. Even though there were on the 5 counts, he was not guilty. I think leading up to it was a much harder, arduous process. And it's also telling that they didn't come to the judge. They didn't say, hey, we're stuck. Hey, we need help. They really went right into these questions and the law. Now, a lot of juries start off and they have an idea. They have a predetermined outcome in their mind, how they want the result to be. And then they work backwards and back into a verdict. I don't think that happened here at all. I think that the jury came in and maybe they had some leanings one way or ascension, and then they went at it. They argued with each other, and they certainly very meticulously looked at the law and went over the verdict form and tried really hard to get it right. And as has been said, the prosecution had a really tough burden in this case. There might be some jurors on the jury who felt that Kyle Rittenhouse maybe engaged in some wrongdoing. He shouldn't have been there, but they looked at the letter of the law and felt ultimately the prosecution hold them to they didn't have their burden of proof on the case.
Eric, you've been so patient. I need you to just stand by a little longer. We want to reset for all of our viewers who are just joining us. It is a little past the top of the hour. I'm Allison Camerata. We're following the breaking news out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. A jury has acquitted Kyle Rittenhouse on all counts. Rittenhouse, who was 17 years old when he fatally shot 2 men and wounded a third with an AR-style rifle that he brought to a racial justice protest in August of 2020.